Hello, hello, hello. Just waiting for a few more people to join in and I will be starting. I hope everyone's day's been going well too. So anyway, let's just get started. There's 3 viewers, that's excellent. Let's get started. Okay, how are you going everyone? So I'm just going to keep you up to date with this web security assessment tool. So I've done a few minor changes, like the UI interface. I've changed quite a bit. I've got like a nice little eyes icon there. It's called WebSec instead of AM security assessment. Exciting! You will love it. It's going to be good to look forward to in this video. This video will only go for maybe 20 minutes because I do need to go to bed. So yeah, a lot of changes with the user interface. Also the features section has like some nice icons. So all what it says in there in the features section is actually what's going to happen. What's going to be in the tool. It is going to be able to generate reports. So if you're doing bug bounties, it will be able to generate reports for you, like in markup or something like that. It is very fast. You down the track, you'll be able to schedule scans. There's notifications. I'll just turn that mic down a little bit. It's still loud. Can anyone hear me there? Is this too loud, this microphone? If you can just type in the chat, that would be good. I think it's fine. It's going. The bar's going up pretty good. There'll be also statistics of all the different scans you've been doing, and I'll show you a bit of that in a minute. So yeah, a lot of work done on the user interface and design of the website. I'm pretty much doing this myself, the back end, the client side, so full stack development, which is pretty fun. I should probably have a session. So if I go to dashboard, this is what it will look like. Okay, so my session is expired, so that's pretty good. It's got that security in place. So let's go and log in to my account. So if I submit that, log in. I'm just hoping there's nothing too sensitive, but that's all good. I've just done some scans and some basic vulnerability scans. Actually, I've got some running at the moment. So if I just show you my Docker. Okay, here's my VPS because it's going to be hosted on my database. They'll have their own unique folders on the VPS where all the recon data, vulnerability scans are stored in there. And also they'll be deleted after a while, to prevent overload of space. But they should. So if I want to show you the scans I've got running, so if I just do a Docker, it's a bit slow because I'm streaming, but if I just go scans running on my machine, so what happens is each individual user, if they want to perform a scan on a target, it will spin up its own Docker instance. And yep, it will spin up its own Docker instance, and it uses a special format, so the domain, TAC, and then the user. So I know my camera's zooming in and out. Sorry about that. I have to stay in one place. And this is how we can make each user perform their own individual scan. So this is a unique way, because I got caught in a problem where if I just did like the domain as the image and the name, or the user, then it's got to overwrite their current scan. So I had to make it kind of unique to .com, so it's running all of the templates. By the way, I'm using Nuclear for the vulnerability scan. There's going to be a lot more other implementations for different vulnerability scanning tools. So it is going to be hopefully low cost tool. I need to get some benefits out of it. Users need to get great benefits out of it. So it's going to be, I don't know, we're not yet to decide on the price. But another thing is, this is just kind of the progress of how it's going. So let's continue on. So so this is the dashboard. Obviously it's going to have graphs of like all the different monthly scans and monthly vulnerabilities found, and also it's going to have a little donut or pie chart with all the each kind of segment being the risks and stuff. So I'll have to show that down the track when we do a future stream. Okay, so if I go to my recon, there is some recon in there. It's going to have another tab there. As you can see, another tab there. It's going to be called screenshots, and then there might be like files. So then you'll be able to go through like the images and search by name, and then there'll be files using like FF and dir search, all those open source cool tools. And then there'll be like screenshots and all that sort of stuff. So this is just a very basic recon, and I'll show you how it works. So a very basic recon. It's only got the organization and a resolved, so very basic level. So if I just do one that exists, Paytm. Now these use wildcards in SQL, so you can put in accounts and it will search for all of the data in your own table. So if you have an account called, say, admin, there'll be a table called admin with all your data in there if you've got an account. How you going, CodeBot? How you going? And I can't say your name. I'll just call you God. Nice, good. Good luck trying to get any information out of him. Hey, hey, by the way, that is a misconception. I don't know how to say your name. And Pruth or something like that. I am busy. So I apologize if I can't get back to you on such short notice. Like, I've been flat out with work. Flat out, like, I have got a disability. I know I've told you all. I've got autism, high functioning autism actually. So I'm way up there and on the spectrum. So I have a lot of people come in and help me out around the house. Not just that, I need to get my groceries. I've got a life outside of work. So I am sorry. I don't know how. I'm sorry. I apologize so much if I can't say your name. But yeah, get messaged by saying, oh, you're not helping me enough. And I'm like, man, I've got a busy life. I'm so sorry, but I will get back to you. And I not like 9 times out of 10 I do. Okay, anyway, let's move on. I'm very apologize for that. So yeah, so that button there, and hopefully retrieves all the resolved domains. Now, right now it's fetching it from the database, and it's populating a nice table. There is a lot of mitigations in place to prepare, like the bind variables, prepared statements, and all that. So this is what it populates for now. So eventually, it's going to have, for here, it's going to have the status code, the response code. It's going to have, let me think, the status code, response code. Sorry, it will have the title too. That would be really useful if you have the title too. So again, if I just type in, say, stage, like that, it will search through all of the resolved domains in the database for staging domains only. So let's look over that. There is a kind of a lot of speed optimizations that are being implemented too. Look at that. So I've got staging, and it looks through all of the individual links and finds stage everywhere in there using wildcards. So that's pretty cool. If I just click on each one, now it would be good to have the type 403 forbidden. These are really good to look at too, even to fuzz. We might even fuzz these the root path here, the root domain, so the root path, so we might find some hidden files there or directories that we're not allowed to access, things like that. So that's pretty much that. For now, vulnerabilities haven't done any scans yet, so actually when this finishes, believe it or not, when these are finished and they're on that table, so that's what I'm waiting for. These are taking a long time, but Nuclear, it is really good tool. I love it so much. I use it on a daily basis. But it's just, there might be some problem going on in the back end, which I may have to fix, but we'll see how we go. It should be finished probably tomorrow. So, and if, again, if I go to issues, the vulnerabilities tab, and type in, like, I don't know, Dell.com, there's going to be nothing there. But it should populate all of the vulnerabilities it's found. And the good thing about it is the action will be the generate report. The risk will say P1, P2, P3, depending on what it's found. So I can give you a good idea. I can give you a rough example on how this works. So if I just do an ls and look inside this directory here, it's going to be a little bit slow. I'm sorry about that. Now if I go to cats vulns, I'll show you how this works. Now these vulnerabilities, if I just do more, because I don't want to show you them more. Actually, no, it's okay, because this is just a basic scan. It's all good. Jeez, bit of slow. It's going to be really slow. I think I even, like, maybe crappy internet too. So, okay, here we go. Okay, so there's no scans, but I'm pretty sure on Dell there is. We had a lot of, no, actually, no, we don't, but I will make a stream on the vulnerability in, hopefully it finds something, and hopefully I can generate a table there. Right here, hopefully I can generate a table, and it'll be really good, because it will help me continue on with the project. So what this will be presented is the organization. So scan for Dell.com, it'll be Dell.com there, just the root domain. The issue will be, the vulnerability issue, the issue type, and the link will be the whole, like, link with even the endpoint that's vulnerable of the risk. So if it says, like, if Nuclear finds a high report, a high vulnerability, it will say P1. Oh no, it'll say P2. Everything down is 2. And this action button here will be kind of like a generate report button, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's choose a target. Anyone? Let's in the chat. There's still two viewers. Choose a target that I can scan. Just a small scope, small scope, and we'll just scan that right now. You can give me a comment right now and just tell me what. Also, before you do the comment, we'll just comment straight away. Also does some regular expression matching, so it only wants the root domain. So if I do this one here, hopefully this works. If I put a 1 or like say 1, or say I did like stage.dell.com and I do that, it will say, hopefully it works. Yeah, so it says alert, invalid root domain format should be example.com. So this is really useful because it stops people from like scanning like, I guess, like multiple like levels of subdomains. It just does it all for you. But let's talk about what it's going to look like in the future. So in the future, you're going to have options here where you'll be able to specify like what type of scans you want. So if you only want to scan for cross-site scripting, you'll be able to choose that. Click on a target or type in a target, and it will just scan for cross-site scripting vulnerabilities. And it'll be using like dozens of tools. And say you only want to scan for SQL injection or even SSRF or misconfigurations of some sort, you just click those buttons and it will use those in the scanners. So that will limit the amount of that will increase the speed and limit the amount of the time that it spends scanning for vulnerabilities and making requests and stuff. How you going, Wolf? I put there for this search bar, but yeah, this is pretty much the progress. It's 12:57 a.m. now. Heading towards bedtime, I think. Just wanted to keep you up to date what I'm working on, full stack development here. Also, before I let you all go, there's also a settings button there where down the track, it's not implemented, you'll be able to comes out as beta and you can hack it. Jesus, that would be awesome. I mean, we need internal teams to stress test it, and also outsiders to test it too. We need to get a few people internally to test it, and also people like you guys can test it too. Maybe I can get a beta dashboard again. It won't let me log in because it'll say you need to log in, you need the username and password. So that's pretty much that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's going to be it was eventually going to be kind of a I think it still is, because Matthias, the one I'm working on in this, he's actually the CSS and the theme and stuff, make it look nice and pretty. He's going to give me a nice domain as well, set that up with SSL, all this sort of stuff, so it'll be really cool. My Discord ID, I put in the chat, that's all good. I'll put in the chat here, I'll just get it up here. Do your own research too, like it's not about me giving you all the answers, how to do things, how to, it's you need to enjoy the journey. That's what I always say, enjoy the journey. Try and learn a bit of yourself. This is only on my local instance, so don't worry about that. So enjoy the journey. This is my Discord right here. We gotta just do things ourselves too. So if you're learning bug bounties, there's lots of different ways to learn it. It depends on how, just it takes time. It's not like magic. It's not like you can become like just a genius in it overnight. It takes a lot of time. Yes, you may be able to improve gradually pretty quickly, but it depends on how your brain functions. Like I can tell you what, bug bounties is a huge thing. Like you can even go out these days and just send off an email if you find a vulnerability on the website, and they'll most likely respond and go, hey, thank you. And like it doesn't hurt if you find a vulnerability on a website. It doesn't hurt to just send them an email searcher, and don't like be too like malicious, or don't say like I can hack this, blah blah blah. You want to be professional about it. Sometimes it can be a little bit dangerous and risky because they might go, oh, okay, this is a bit dangerous. Responsible, and you've done all the WASP 10, you've learnt it all, and you've done your Portswigger examples, you've done your pen tested lab, you've done some CTFs, you've read books. There's some good books out there. You've just practiced over and over and over again, repetition. Once you've done all that, again, you could read. I'm amazed at how much work he's done. He is amazing. He is amazing, talented hacker. There's lots of good hackers out there that I'll look up to. But just try not to stress too much. If other good hackers, they're higher up, and you getting like too like jealous because they're better than you, Well, just don't do that. Like too like jealous because they're better than you. Well, just don't do that. Don't. That's very out there, and you look up to them, but you kind of want to be like them. And if they finding stuff and you're like not, and you're getting really jealous, don't do that. Focus. Just think about yourself. Try and get better at yourself. Like try and compete against yourself. Don't compete against others. Compete against yourself. People that are below my level, and there's lots of people that are above my level. So asking you questions and saying, well, how do you do this? And that's when you start getting a lot of attention, and people will look up to you if you help them properly, and you get reputation. Sorry, tired. Too many words I'm saying incorrectly. But anyway, that's the point. So stick with responsible disclosure programs, and just like you learn and learn and learn. That's the main thing. It's repetition. It's just repeat. Now I've been doing I guess hacking for like since I was 18. I'm 30 now, so yeah, it's been about 12 years. Yeah, it's been about 12 years since I've been interested in hacking. I started off doing wireless penetration. I did a bit of that, and I've moved on from that since like I only did that for like 4 years. I don't know. I did hacking, and I kind of dove deep into the web security side of things, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it. The web security side of things. And I loved it. I really enjoyed it. Or trying to complete the puzzle by chaining these different little vulnerabilities together. It's amazing. But yeah, it's good. It's on Discord. I'll be happy enough to have a chat to you about how you can start off and some of the resources you can look up to learn about these sort of things. There's lots out there. Join with me. I am super bloody busy these days. But yeah, I would love to help you. I'm not even thinking of charging anyone to help. I know I did that in the past. $30 to get mentored. And yes, if it was a full-time thing, yes, if I was, you'll come in to see me. In my time, I can be used in to do my own things. Yes, I'm gonna charge you because that's taken up my own personal time. So I'm gonna charge you. I know a lot of my followers and Twitter followers are from countries like India, and some of this sort of stuff I'm going to, but I like to keep it simple first. I haven't got a very big, I'm not very excellent at theory, but I'm excellent at practical. So hands-on things I can do, hacking I can do perfectly. Theory is theory is a bit down. Yeah, it's probably very slow, my internet. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I apologise about the slow internet. It does suck. I'm in the location where I am now. The coverage isn't all that good. And plus, night times there's many people using the internet, so it can go a bit slow and everyone could be using up the bandwidth. So it's great to do this stream. I wanted to let you all know about this website. As you can see, you've already got the IP address now, so you'll be able to test it out yourself. That's a bit silly of me, but anyway, let's just move on from that. It's not broke. You won't be able to break it. So anyway, just Discord me. Just send me a message on Discord, and I'll think about paying you guys for what you found. Now, I won't be accepting payments there's no SSL, because it says it's dangerous because it's hosted on a VPS, and it doesn't have an SSL certificate, and it's no domain. It's saying it's dangerous, but it's not really. So if you did test this, don't break in and be silly with it and compromise my system. If you break into it by accident, or you found a way to get in, yes, I will pay you. I will pay you because you've done a big job for me. Yeah. If you could find SQL injection, yes, I can pay you. It'll be fine because that's only the 3 things that could possibly go wrong. But yeah, do you know what we should try and break it ourselves? Eh? Let's try a Crosssite scripting just in here, and then we'll stop. Because I haven't tried this out. It'd be funny if it worked. But the thing is, it shouldn't be broken. I've put all the mitigations in place. But let's just try and break it. So obviously now if I do something I don't know, let's do a SQL injection attack. Like this, it shouldn't access the page to get authenticated. It's got all that in place, so let's try, I don't know, OS command injection, something like that. We'll do it in the password field too. Just really fast. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. But the rate limiting still needs to be in place. 100 subscribers would, and